Come with me while I transform this $39 Walmart Christmas tree into something that looks pretty good. As you can see right now, it doesn't look that great, but I'm going to go in and I'm going to fluff it a little bit. It's a slim tree, but I want it to be a little fuller than what it is. It's got a lot of empty spaces in it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and put some additions on this tree before I actually put the actual decorations on. So you'll see me here. I just continue to fluff the top part, working my way around the tree. I've already fluffed the bottom part. It came in 3 sections, but I'm going to continue to fluff it. And at one point I realize it's leaning a little bit, so I try to straighten it. This is the tree that is in my kitchen and dining area. So this will be a kitchen themed tree. So now I'm going to show you kind of what it looks like close up. It's pre-lit. And as you can see there's lots of empty spaces in it. So I'm going to go in with these stems that I got. I got some from Hobby Lobby. I got some from Walmart last year. And I'm just going to tuck them into the open spaces. Some of them I had to unbend the stems and fluff the peck a little bit. I started at the bottom, used my larger stems at the bottom, and you can see I just tuck them into those empty spaces, which fills the tree up. It makes it look a lot fuller. I used a lot of flocked pieces like I did on my tree last year. This is not a flocked tree by any means, but when I get done, it looks like a flocked tree, like a lightly flocked tree. But I'm just looking for where the empty spaces are, and I'm tucking these stems into those empty spaces around different areas in the tree. I have several different picks that I'm using, and I'm sorting through there to figure out which ones I want to use. So now I've got some smaller ones that I'm tucking into the smaller areas that don't need a full-size one. And I think at this point is where I realized that the actual placement, or not the placement, but the way I laid the picks was not quite right. So I take it out and I tuck it in more towards in the tree where it's kind of facing down. So make it like a downward flow of the branches. It makes it look like it actually flows with the tree and that it's more a part of the original tree rather than just sticking out the side. So you'll see me go in and I'll take the ones that I had already placed and then I'll tuck them in with the stem place facing up, the wire part up into the tree. And it makes it look more natural that way. So then I'm going to come in with some more. And you'll see it really fills out the tree when you do it this way. When you tuck in those stems that you can get at the end of the season really inexpensive. So now I'm tightening up my screw under there because my tree, as you could see, was leaning. And every time I tucked in a stem, it would lean on me some more. So now I'm just going to continue to tuck these stems in to give this tree a fuller look. You can already tell that it looks so much better than it did originally. I mean, and this is how you take an inexpensive tree and make it look like an expensive tree without the cost. And a lot of these were stems that I had purchased last year for my big main tree, which I have a different tree in my living room area this year. So I used these stems. I try to use what I have so I don't have to go buy new stuff every single year. I might get 1 or 2 new pieces, but I try to reuse my stuff in different ways the following year to give it a new look so that it's not the same look every year. And it looks like I got new stuff even though I didn't. I just used it in a different way. So Look how much difference that is. Now here are my smaller picks, because as you go up the tree, you want to use smaller picks. Because a tree naturally flows, it's smaller at the top and gets wider as it goes down. So you want to change the size of your picks and put your smaller ones at the top. And these are ones that I just pulled out of my decorations that I had previously. And I'm going to show you. You just tuck them in just where they're down swept. Just different kinds of whatever you like. You know, whatever you think. I mean, some of these stems I have had for quite a while and used on different trees. So I pull them all out. See, that one I've had for a long time. And I just pull my stems out and look and just kind of get an idea of what I think I want to use on that tree, and I just go with it. If it doesn't look right, I take it out. Put something different. If it doesn't look right in one spot, it might look right in another spot. So you just never know. Be creative. That's where your creativity comes in. You design your own tree. Never thought about, hey, I'm a tree designer. I designed my own tree. That's what you do when you take a plain old cheap tree and zhuzh it up. You become a tree designer. How cool is that? And I'm nobody special. I love to decorate for Christmas. I don't dress up when I decorate for Christmas because I have too much work to do and I don't have time. And I get dirty and I get Christmas flock all over me, and generally sometimes I have to run out to the shop or whatever. But so here I am in just my old clothes, just zhuzhing up my tree. So I'm not finished with it, but it already looks, I think, 100% better than it did when I started. What do you think? You think it makes a difference? So now here's some more pieces. What I do is I stand back and I look at my tree and I see where the empty places are that I want. I don't want to be able to look through my tree. I want to see just decorations. I don't want to look through my tree and see the other side of it, what's on the other side. So I just kind of stand back and look and see where I need to add something. And you just tuck it in here and tuck it in there and just go with it. Now these are one of my favorite things. These are little mason jar battery powered lights. I got these at a local auction house several years ago. And they run on batteries. And they also have a timer so they shut themselves off. They run on 3 AA batteries. And I put the battery pack in the back of the tree so you can't see it. And then I just tuck them in around the tree. You know, mason jars for a kitchen tree. How cool is that? And it adds such a cool ambiance to the tree. So I just tuck them around. Because I'm all about farmhouse and country. So when I saw these, I absolutely had to have them. So I bought them. And I've used them every year on my kitchen tree. And I've never seen anybody else with a set of them. So I have unique Christmas lights, which I'm all about unique too. I like unique stuff and antique stuff. So mason jar lights were just right up my alley. And one set of batteries will last all season. And when I come home from work, all my Christmas lights are on. So here's my second set. Like I said, I bought 2 sets and they just run on 3 AA batteries. And I don't tuck them around the back because you never see the back of my tree. My tree's against the window in the backyard. So I'm just going to tuck them around and just organize them where they cover the majority of the front of the tree. And you'll see me, I'm going to have to make some adjustments in order to make it look more cohesive. So I'm going to adjust that first set that I put on. Lay that one down. And you just play with it till you like the placement of your items. And that's what I do. And I try to tuck them in so that they're sitting straight up. But that doesn't always work. But I absolutely love these flashing mason jar lights. They are so cool. One of my favorite things to put out every year are my mason jar lights. So I'm just going to continue to put them in the spots that I think they need to go and tucking them in. Now I got those tucked in. Now I'm going to start coming in with some ornaments. Those are little picks that have pine cones on them. This is why I call it my Christmas kitchen tree, because I use cookie cutters on them. I found these at a local flea market. They're the old metal cookie cutters. And so I use them as ornaments. I don't have to have any kind of an ornament hanger or hook or anything. I just tuck them in on the branches of the tree. I've got candy canes, I've got gingerbread men, I've got stars, I've got Christmas trees. There's a star that's going on the top. I even have an airplane shaped cookie cutter. But I have these different styles of metal cookie cutters, and then I have these Christmas houses that I just tuck in, and they light up, but I generally don't light them up. I just stick them on the tree because they run by the button batteries, and those are kind of hard to come by. So, and these are ornaments that I made out of canning jar lids and recycled Christmas cards. I dropped that one. I just cut the pictures off of the old Christmas cards, and I hot glued them onto the lid of the canning jars. The ones that I had already used and could not use again. I just washed them, cut the Christmas card image out, hot glued it onto there. Then I hot glued it onto the ring and used pipe cleaners for the hangers. Recycled Christmas ornaments out of canning goods and Christmas cards. You never know what you can come up with when you just get in there and use what you've got. And that's all it is. They're really simple. Just hot glue, old Christmas cards, and canning jars. Now, of course, the rings, you could use the rings again, but you'll never reuse your lids. So why not use them for ornaments? You could even paint them or sprinkle them with glitter. Every year, my husband and I get an ornament when we're out on our trips, and that little red wagon was one we got in Indiana. We went to a place in Indiana that was Christmas town even in the summertime. Santa Claus, Indiana, that's where it was. And we picked up that ornament. So this tree is kind of a combination of kitchen items and ornaments that have memories attached to them, and rustic ornaments, handmade ornaments. It's just kind of a different mishmash of all different kinds. And I absolutely love this tree when I'm finished with it. There's two more of the cookie cutters. I love to put unique styles of ornaments on my trees. And I absolutely love rustic. And the little Santa slippers or stockings. I like to give my house a uniqueness that not everybody has. I don't want a cookie cutter house. I don't want a cookie cutter Christmas tree. So I will get ornaments from different places. I buy them from Hobby Lobby. I buy them from the local dollar store. I buy them from craft fairs. And as you can see, I make my own ornaments. And I love to decorate my house for my grandkids and my kids when they come over. And my great-grandbaby. We have a great-grandbaby that just turned 2. And so I know she's going to love this tree. And the ornaments that are on this tree are non-breakable. None of these ornaments will break. So if she takes an ornament off the tree, it's not a big deal. Have a tree like that for your kids. You can have your big fancy tree with all your breakable ornaments. But have a tree that they can touch and they can interact with. And you can get them up to that close to that tree. And the pictures you will get will be amazing. So you're going to see me. I'm just going to continue to decorate. And I'll step back and I'll look and I'll eyeball and I'll see what it needs and if it needs this and whatever else. So I'm just going to continue to decorate. And sometimes you might have to change the placement of your ornaments because they may not fit. You just eyeball it. Whatever you think looks good. But I love Christmas time. And I don't have any little ones at home to help me decorate, so I try my best to make it appealing so when they come in, I see the wonder in their little eyes. And I hope you enjoy watching me decorate. I'm going to put a few more stems around that have the bells around the top of the tree because it feels a little skimpy at the top of the tree. So, and just stand back. There's my tree all finished. Can you believe that's the same tree? The $39 skimpy tree I got from Walmart. Look what a difference it makes. Just by putting a few picks in. What I'm going to do with this. Where did that box go? There it is. I just set my tree down in that crate that I got at the local flea market. And here it is. Another view of it. It's just gorgeous. I just absolutely love this tree. And there's my star on top. I had to put my star on top. That's what it was missing. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me zhuzh up this cheap, inexpensive Christmas tree. Go out and get you one and zhuzh it up.